Well, hi, this is Jay Arthur, author of Lean Six Sigma Demystified and the QI Macros. I've been reading Tom Peters' new book, The Excellence Dividend, Meeting the Tech Tide with Work That Wows and Jobs That Last. Now, early on he says, back when he started MBAs, we tended to relentlessly focus on abstractions, the spreadsheet, the bottom line, the strategic plan. Japanese business chiefs had a different emphasis, an unrelenting quest for continuous product improvement marked by the involvement of every employee every day. Sounds like continuous improvement to me, doesn't it? But he talks about the tech tsunami. And he quotes Mark Anderson that says, software is eating the world. And he goes on to say, the issue today is not change, it is the acceleration of the rate of change. And I think we've all noticed that, haven't we? And big phase shifts used to come along every, say, 25 years. Now, the number of experts mostly agree maybe around 5. Right? So if you're still using 20th century quality improvement techniques that were designed for manufacturing that existed before the turn of the century, you're out of date. And you're not keeping up. We've had at least 4 phase shifts since 2000. Right? So think about this. The world is changing faster than you can imagine. And that's why I'm advocating this idea of Agile Lean Six Sigma. How do we get to Agile Process Innovation? How do we get there so that it's fast, it's fun, and it really delights customers and makes the world a better place? Here's a quote from Michael Vassar, Meta founder. He says, almost all healthcare that people get is going to be done, hopefully, by algorithms within a decade or 2. So if you're in healthcare, guess what? Automation is going to kick you out of your job. There were quotes that said 50% of U.S. jobs are at high risk of being automated out of existence in the next 2 decades. So there's my thought. I think that we, as a quality culture, have to forget what we know about quality so that we can embrace the future of quality. I was sitting at one presentation, the guy next to me was watching the presentation, and they were showing, Duran and Deming and blah, 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 blah. And the guy next to me says, I don't want to know about the past, the history of quality. I want to know about the future of quality. Guess what? We can create that future. But if we cling to the past and keep trying to do the same thing we've always done, guess what? We're toast. All right? We are toast. And we see more of that right now with the Harvard Business Review, Agile Business Performance. Agile is the new lingo. Right? So I think we can embrace that, and it's not that hard. It's a simple shift in how we think. Not a dramatic, big blow-up-y thing kind of thing. No, we have to learn how to hack Lean and hack Six Sigma to get results without endless training and months and weeks and team meetings and stuff like that. All right? It's possible. And I want you to kind of start to explore it, start to think about how could we do this a little bit faster, better, cheaper, quality improvement. Not just your business, but everything that you do, faster, better, cheaper. That's what I've been focused on. How do I take the software of the QI macros and automate a lot of the things people used to do manually? Formulas and decision trees and all of those kinds of things so that they can get on with the business of improvement without having to know all that stuff. Because I'm telling you what, humans are not all made out as statisticians. That is a very select few people, right? I think there's 20,000 statisticians in the United States of America and maybe a couple of million green belts, black belts running around. But the thing is, you don't have to be a statistician to do this. You don't even have to be a green belt or a black belt. All you need to know is what patterns are you looking for and how do you get to achieve those improvements, right? By reducing variation, by moving the center line up and down on your control chart, by getting rid of the big bars on the Pareto chart, right? By collapsing the variation in your histogram. That's it. If you learn how to do that and use tools that automate all of that stuff, all of your data analysis for you, guess what? You can start making improvements today. You can start making improvements this morning, whether you know anything about Six Sigma or not. So I'm Jay Arthur. That's my improvement insight for this week. Giddy up.